experienced it. Have you handled it better than you thought you might, or is it still pretty crappy?
I think losing is losing, but last week that last game was a different type of losing. You got a bug on you, but that was a different type of losing. I wouldn't say I'm proud of the way I'm handling it because, like I said, I don't like to lose, but I understand. Like I said before, there's gonna be ups and downs. It's all a learning process, and right now, we're kind of in that process of, obviously moving forward, moving on from the past, and just going into the next week, trying to get better and put up a better performance on Sunday.
I know the game was different, but how did you handle last week? I mean, did you scream, throw a fight? Did you not sleep? Did you throw stuff?
It's just a disgusting feeling, I'm sure you were disgusted watching it. I was disgusted being in it. So it's just, it's not a good feeling that you just don't want to, have that anymore. So just try your hardest not to allow that to happen again.
How long does it take you to turn the page?
Next day. Obviously, you think about it, and you kind of still feel the feeling of being in it, but at the same time, you got another game next Sunday. So.
Is there a way to harness it at all when you try to turn it into motivation or focus?
Can't happen again. I think any competitor understands that, that's just not acceptable. That's not what we want here, and it shouldn't be. That's not the standard here. So.
Was there any way to prepare for this type of situation?
No, it's I feel like those games are they happen to everybody. You see them all across the league. I don't want to say it's inevitable, but for it to be one time, in this my rookie career, season, I think you just got to learn from it. Take the good with the bad, and then move on from it. So.
Kliff said this morning he thought the Rams' rush, especially the interior rush, caused you to kind of get rid of the ball more quickly than you should have. Did you see that on film?
Yeah, I said it after the game. I think I should have. I definitely could have been, done a better job of, being more relaxed in the pocket, and just trusting it and allowing, things to develop downfield.
What do you see the difference between the defense you just faced and the one you're about to, which is pretty tough too?
I'm honestly more focused on, getting better, for myself and our offense, just because we did not execute at a high level on Sunday, and I know, we've played with the best teams in the league, and I think if we, go out there and play well on Sunday, we'll have a good chance.
When you mentioned that,
it's good.
When you mentioned that everyone can have a game like this, especially as a rookie, does the timing of that matter? Like having it late in the season versus if this had been the first week of the season, would it have affected you any differently?
No. Are you asking me, like, did the bye week have the effect?
No, more like if you had had a game like that your very first week in the NFL.
That probably would have been tough. It really felt like that the first week, but luckily we came back. But like I said, to have the first game of the season kind of felt a little off, and then this game was week 12 or whatever it is. I'm not striving for average, but I think we've done pretty well so far.
Is the fact you weren't maybe letting things develop why Christian wasn't a factor at all in that game?
Yeah, there was a couple of times. Watching the tape where I was kind of just disgusted at the fact that we the couple times where I did have time, he had chances at big plays, and me being unsettled, just didn't get to him. So it's tough, but we just gotta move on and hope to get better.
Do you have a confidant or a mentor that you can turn to when you're not feeling like it's going so well, or do you just internalize, talk to your coach, your players, and just handle it that way?
Both.
Can you say who you turn to? Is it outside the team? Is it dad, or is it players' team?
No, I wouldn't necessarily killing myself after the game or anything like that, talking to anybody. I was fine. So I think more so just me kind of dealing with it myself and understanding, watching the film, knowing what I did wrong and what I could be better at.
How far back do you have to go to have 8 losses in your career?
8. I don't think I've lost 8 times. Yeah, I don't. No, ever.
Yeah. Not even back-to-back losses
No.
in Pee-wee?
Not that you were getting
overconfident or anything like that, but you said it felt like your first week out there. Were you surprised? Was it humbling? I mean, did you see that coming?
No, I didn't. It just kind of happened, and I was trying everything in my power to stop it mentally, and kind of externally, but it was a bad day, and it kind of showed from start to finish. I was telling a funny. I left my AirPods on the way to the stadium. It was just like that kind of day, and I think it transferred to the game.
When you go through a game like that, though, when it happens again next time, do you think you'll have a better understanding of how to get out of it?
Yeah, just I wasn't like panicking out there or anything like that. It was just they got up early and they started sitting on stuff, and it was tough offensively to get in the rhythm because, I mean, our obviously quick game is a big part of our offense, and when they're up, however much they're up, there's no reason to backpedal at that point. So I get it, I understand it, and we'll be better from it.
It was the first time you really got hit kind of hard a few times too. Did you feel it? And then what was that like?
Nah, some of those hits that look hard, I just kind of laid down with them.
What do you think of the Steelers' defense?
Great defense. Great defense.
Were you seeing anything from Wade that you hadn't seen before? Anything about?
Honestly, no. I just think that they. Like I said, when you get up early and you just get to, roam around the field and just watch the quarterback, they were all over the ball, so it was a good job by them.
When did you realize you didn't have your AirPods?
I was already like 5 minutes away from the house, so it was tough. That was a tough morning.
You didn't turn back after 5
No,
minutes away?
no,
Everybody else
Rookie mistake.
yeah, no.
Do you think, I mean, we've talked some throughout the year about, your and Kliff's relationship and how you kind of pride yourself on whatever he'll call you run it. Do you
Yeah.
think you need to be more assertive in that relation? You know what I mean? Just doing things that you want to do and what you're feeling out there?
I think as the more I get comfortable with speed of the game, feel of the game, what defenses are doing, yeah, I think that'll come. It already kind of has started to pick up just because I know he wants me to be more assertive in a way. So yeah, I think that'll come.
Is that hard for you to be assertive?
Nah, I mean, I just I have faith in what he calls. Sometimes there is a look where I'd want to run something, but at the same time, whatever he calls, it's our job to go out there and execute it.
Have other coaches pushed you to be more assertive, or is that specific?
No, it's just really college coach gives you you got to earn the trust, earn the right to be able to check stuff and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how that was. But
You talked a little bit about Hassan and looking at him outside this week. How has he handled kind of the back and forth? Obviously, he's had a rough season with what he's tried to do. How has he handled that on a personal?
He's been a consummate pro. Just wants to get better, wants to help the team in any manner that he can, and as coaches, we all appreciate that.
You mentioned last week that you thought the Rams were going to give you their best shot after coming off a loss like that. Are you looking forward to the way the team responds, and do you feel like you guys can do that against the Steelers?
I would think so. I mean, with the fight I've seen this season, last game notwithstanding, and the character and the leadership we have in that locker room, I would expect us to have a great week of practice and play a lot better.
Do you believe that after, tough losses and losing streaks like you're going through, veteran players need to be in the locker room after games to kind of answer questions? I mean, Patrick Peterson is a leader on this defense, yet we haven't had a chance to talk to him after games for like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's not a topic I'm really going to get into today.
What's the next step with this team with Josh Shaw? Do you keep him on your roster? Do you release him? What's the next step?
Yeah, Josh was here in training camp and was injured, and honestly, I haven't had any communication with him since. So I'm not sure of the next step there.
What was the communication like from the league on that, as far as when you guys were aware of the investigation?
0.
Were you surprised?
I don't know anything about it, honestly. So I saw the headline, but I don't know what he's done or accused of or anything. So I don't know what I would be surprised about. I have no clue with any of that. Like I said, I've had 0 discussions about him or the league or anything.
You talked about Kyler's competitiveness and how he still is at everything. How's he absorbing 5 losses, and can you tell anything about how he's dealing with it?
He's continuing to try and get better. He's competitive. I can see this week he's definitely on edge and wants to play better. All of us do. We didn't coach well, didn't play well, and he's definitely going to practice really well this week, and I expect him to play well.
What kind of signs does he show you to know that he's shaking it off and getting over it?
Just how he approaches the week of practice, tries to fix mistakes and tries to be better as a leader, the way he carries himself, the way he prepares. I mean, every week, even tough losses, he's shown up and been excited to get better.
When you look at the Steelers defense, they're pretty stacked at each level. What do you see?
I mean, just like you said, I think they have 10 first-rounders in some capacity, playing at a high level. Fitzpatrick coming in really shored up that secondary and play with an edge, play with an attitude. Coach Tomlin, it has a toughness about that team, and you see it when that defense lines up.
What is an on-edge Kyler like, since he already doesn't talk about?
Yeah, I think just focused, locked in. I mean, you can tell he didn't like the way he played coming off the game. He knew we can play a lot better, and he can be a big part of that. And so he's been really focused so far.
You mentioned that the Rams are kind of jumping on the quick game stuff more than other teams. I'm wondering how he's probably seen a lot of things that maybe he hasn't seen before week to week. How does he adjust once he watches the film, and does he do a good job of realizing what teams are trying to do to him after seeing it?
He does. It's been a learning process the entire season, and they have a good front. We're getting there quick, and I think he was getting a little excited, trying to get the ball out a little too quick instead of letting things develop, and that's understandable as a young player with some of that in your face after a bye, and so just all things we have to learn from.
When you evaluate where Keyshawn and Andy Isabella are at this point in their rookie years, are you surprised with their learning curve, or you're hoping they were a little bit further ahead? I mean, are they about where you thought they might be?
I'd say they're where we expected. I mean, as a rookie player, coming in, you're going to have your ups and downs, and they both had some ups and downs, but both guys that we have a lot of confidence in moving forward, and having an entire offseason here, I think will be big for both those guys.
For Kyler, obviously he's going to have some games where he looks like more of a rookie. Does it matter when in the season that happens, like if it's early in the season, late in the year?
We knew we were going to have ups and downs regardless of the timing, and that was just a tough outing. I thought he had been in a good rhythm. I'm not sure it was the bye or what it was. I didn't call a very good game, and we didn't play well as an offense. But he knows he can play a lot better than that and make better decisions. And like I said, I expect him to play that way this week.
What did tape show you on the 6 sacks?
They have a great front, obviously, first and foremost. But there were times we probably could have avoided taking the sack. Not that the play was there, but just know when the party's over, and we were moving backwards a bunch and being in 2nd and 20, and we know as an offense we can't survive that way.
As someone who's been through it, what is having that whole offseason, that extra time with the team, what does that do? How does that help?
It's been huge. I mean, if you can get back and really look at how the season went, what you have to get better at, be around those guys, display your leadership, be in the system. I mean, everything slows down going into year 2, as long as there's consistency, obviously in scheme and things of that nature. And so it's a big step from year 1 to year 2.
You know if Jalen will practice today or what his situation is?
We're still working through that. Yeah.
What's your take on the Steelers' young quarterback?
I've been very impressed. Haven't been in a similar situation, kind of that third-team practice squad type range for him to step in the poise he shows and protecting the football. And you can tell those guys really play hard for him. They believe in him. He moves around, makes some plays, and he's been really sharp. I mean, I think he's undefeated as a starter and has done a nice job moving the football for him.
How hard is that to do as a guy who's third string practice?
Yeah, it's really hard. The lack of reps you get, and to be able to come in there, like I said, with that type of poise, make good decisions, distribute the football, keep them on schedule. He's been really good.
Were you surprised by the Rivera news or the timing of it?
Yeah, I don't look too much into it as far as I don't know that situation that well, other than I think he's been a tremendous coach and man in this league for a long time. And I'm sure if he wants another job, he'll have one immediately because he did a phenomenal job there. And it was always really good to me.
You talk about continuity with scheme. Is that an important thing to you, where trying to get guys comfortable both sides of the ball? And I mean, how much of an asset can that be, where guys know what they're doing kind of more instinctually than still thinking about it?
I think it can be big as you go season after season. Terminology is the same. Technique, fundamentals are the same. I think you can definitely grow, and that can be a key part to having some success down the road.
You're playing with Jordan Mills this week.
Still working through it. We'll see how he looks. He's rehabbed well, and hopefully he looks good this week.